Welcome back to the City Current Show. I'm your host, Jeremy Park. We're always honored to bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making a difference and powering the good. And we love having ServiceMaster by Cornerstone, our City Current partner, come on talking about the good that they're doing, not only when it comes to restoration, but giving back and making a difference in our community as well. We are joined by their president, Tyler Pattat, and also their VP of Sales and Marketing, Matt Young. How are you two guys doing?
Doing great.
Absolutely. So Tyler, let's start out on your end. When you talk about the good that ServiceMaster by Cornerstone does, you do a lot around restoration. You've personally helped me and my family get our house back in order after some winter weather damage, a lot of damage actually. But you step in obviously when times are tough and you help companies and individuals and families get back on their feet. So give us some overview for ServiceMaster by Cornerstone and the good you all do.
So I've been around since 1998, small carpet cleaning company, 2001, transitioned to the ServiceMaster franchise network. And then I joined in 2013, my father-in-law, and then in 2018, my wife and I bought my in-laws business. And since then, really put a focus on making sure that we serve customers the right way, be an advocate for the carrier, as well as working with the customer and all the things that they need. And we do anything from fire, water, mold, trauma cleanup. We do a little bit of hoarding here and there. And we've serviced customers from a $500 job to a $30 million job. So we've got great partnerships with brokerage firms, property managers, and just, out here still working our relationships, creating new ones, and continuing to power the good in Memphis.
Absolutely. And we'll talk too on all the good you've done for the fire department, police department, and everything in the first responder world, which leads me to, when you talk about COVID, you're doing a lot of things specific for that. Give us a little bit on COVID, the impact of what you all are doing to help.
So it comes and goes, it fluctuates based on cases. But early on, we started a service where we could come in and disinfect a property or vehicles for the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Department, and also the fire department. And we would do this disinfecting on a rotating basis. We've got a few partnerships in town where we work in their business based on their needs, some reoccurring, some spur of the moment. So, we provide that disinfecting service. Our guys are working around the clock, which is it's not a pretty time frame. They call it 5 p.m. say, hey, I need it done by 10 p.m. so our night shift can get going. So we have to play with our schedules a lot, but it's been good. And we've created a lot of relationships and nurtured some as well.
You're part of a national network, as you alluded to, and you've got some amazing specialization that opens up a lot of opportunities. Talk about that network and what that affords you all.
So, last year we had a freeze, and one of the beauties of being in a network like ServiceMaster, not a lot of people know that there's a mini CAT event going on in our community, but there were probably 600 claims, commercial and residential, and we actually had 7 franchises mobilize into the Memphis area to help us with those claims. And your house had a damage, and obviously we did the best we could to get to you. Equipment is gone at that point because of the catastrophe going on in Texas. So, we just have to respond the best we can, triage everything into one specific location and then serve out from there. So being a part of that network, having that help come in and serve with us allowed us to take care of our customers and our partnerships. And then, last year we were designated one of 21 franchises in the country that got the designation of ServiceMaster Recovery Management. And we went through a rigorous vetting process that, kind of showed and highlighted that we were able to take on large, complex jobs. And so, we do all the mobilization to hurricane events, just had guys get back from Minnesota from freezing temperatures of negative 33 degrees. So that was a shock to our guys. They can't even open your eyeballs in that kind of weather. But yeah, so we're grateful for the opportunities, and we've got a lot to learn, and we're going to keep pushing along.
One more question, then we'll bounce over to Matt. But one of the things, and you did a tremendous job of responding very, very quickly on our end and helping us with our home, including getting it back in order. And I think when you talk about customer service, so much of it is in the communication and talking through, okay, here's what to expect. Here's the next step. Here's the process. And, for a homeowner, that can be a very traumatic experience where you don't know, you're kind of caught in the confusion, but to step in and say, okay, here's the process. Here's how it's going to work. We'll work seamlessly with your insurance company, manage through this process, but then get it back in order with our construction side too. That holistic approach really does help when it comes to the customer service and making it a one-stop shop to be able to get everything back in order. Talk about kind of that integration on your end.
Yeah. So being able to provide a full service to the customer, gives us the option to come in, know exactly what's going on, and then move into, we can help you, guide you through the opportunity of getting back in a fast pace. In the COVID world, it's really hindered us from the fast pace that we want because of supply chain issues. And there's a lot of issues that come along with, cabinets and windows and all those things. We can get drywall and paint and all that stuff done pretty quickly. But when you talk about those custom items, it's thrown us for a loop. So we've had to learn that process and communicate that to the customer, but also staying in front, the price increases with the adjusters. There's a lot of companies out there that have, settled a claim with the customer, and the customer's then hiring a contractor, and then come to find out there's not enough money left over because of inflation. And so allowing us to kind of help through that process, we're not going to tell you can get something that you can't. That's not our job. That's your insurance company's job. But we certainly want to help you, maneuver through that process. And if you've never experienced a claim, it can be pretty demanding on your time. So we're here to help anyway, consult and work with the insurance partners that we have. We've worked with them for years. And so we just want to focus on, continuing a better customer service in this COVID world.
Yeah, the relationship aspect is huge. I mean, you had a relationship with the adjuster on our end, so there was a common respect there to know that you were going to do things with the ethical, all the things. And so that really made it easy, is that relationship was already in place to be able to move quickly with a shared value system. Matt, talk about on your end, when you talk about disaster, a lot of this is continuity planning, especially for businesses, and being ahead in terms of planning it out. You have a whole process on your end where you can go in and really kind of work ahead, if you will, in creating a plan, creating the blueprint so you know where server systems are and everything. So really being ahead. So if disaster strikes, you're prepared on what to do, obviously, getting your team out there quickly and efficiently. So talk about being ahead, working ahead, continuity planning on your end.
Yeah, so I think what we pride ourselves on here at ServiceMaster, our Cornerstone, is we are a one-stop shop in the event that your property has a catastrophic event, any type of disaster. So what we'll do is we will, obviously we'll get the call for the job. We'll be able to be there, boots on the ground, hopefully, as fast as we can. We'll assess the job, see where the damage was. With the experienced folks that we have here on staff, they're able to quickly realize what the job needs to entail. There's some things, obviously you won't be able to see until you get, through the sheetrock, or, open up a roof for that matter. So, as far as what we do and how we are able to look at a job and, scope it out is a very large benefit that just with the experienced folks we have. Once we see what type of disaster or what type of damage was taking place, then we're able to take those next steps, and work with the adjuster, work with the client, and move forward from there. Because you never know, you may come in and realize, hey, there's not as much damage there as you once may have realized at first. So, like I said, we pride ourselves in just making sure that if we are going in on a job, that we're not just, tearing up things that we don't have to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Talk about technology, because I know that, even on our end, you were able to bring in kind of thermal imaging devices to see where there were moisture, but I know you have a technology that allows you to go in and almost like draw everything out for different businesses and schools. So you use a lot of technology. Talk about technology.
Yeah, so the Matterport system that we have 2 cameras now that we can go into properties Basically, this technology can take pictures, videos of your property, and the benefit, and it's more of a 3D type video. So, you'll have your basic videos, correct? But this will give you a good idea of where, where the damage was taking place, where you would have to go to, the ins and outs of the buildings that you may not be able to, regularly access. So this is a huge advantage for the customer, and we have presented it to quite a few schools here in town because it's great in the event of any type of, God forbid, any type of, event that where you have to vacate, a building, and there could be someone in the building that you have to maybe, go after. Then this is great technology for that, and you can show these videos to first responders, and they'll be able to assess where the damage or where that person may be on the property. So we have quite a bit. Tyler has done a great job of whenever there's new technology out there that will help benefit our customer the most. He is not shy to buy it because it has done nothing but help not only our business, but help the customer for sure.
Tyler, tell the story of the church. I think this is an important illustration of the importance of going in ahead of time and using that technology to really understand, like, what sort of, like what color are the walls, what sort of things are there, priceless artifacts, all these things that you don't realize until like a fire hits. And it's like, oh, wait a second. We thought maybe we had that. We can't remember if there was something there. So really taking inventory of all the furnishings and items ahead of time, and for a home, for a church, for an organization, extremely important, so that you have proof of it later on, but you also have all the measurements and things that you can then put back in order. Tell the story of the church, or whatever, the church is the one that comes to my mind, but tell a story, that illustrates, because obviously you've got countless of them, but the importance of being prepared ahead of time.
Yeah. So, with Matt's relationships, we're going to gain a lot more relationships in our community and be able to go in, and I like to say freeze the claim. That's how I like to refer to it. It kind of freezes the claim, but let's say you don't have a claim. You're not really thinking about disaster. Nobody wants to talk to us today. They only want to see us come when there is a disaster. And technically they don't even want us to show up anyways, right? Because that means they're in a bad spot. But if we have that partnership, we can come in and we can really take an overall view of what's going on in your property. And I've done it in a classroom that had probably $1 million worth of technology. And the reason why that's important is because if there's a fire and you're discussing with your insurance company what you had in there, what you didn't, we can go back to before the claim and see what technology was in there, how many computers were in there, and that investment that the school got via grant money or whatever is not all for naught. You know what I'm saying? And so we've had some success there, and we've also had success in using that technology to show insurance companies that there are custom moldings inside this property. It's not the basic 6-inch trim work. It's very custom work. We've had some relationship with downtown, not going to say any names, but they have millions of dollars worth of gold artifacts and things like that come into play with stained glass windows and all that stuff. So we've really taken the opportunity to provide them value. If they never have a claim, it is what it is. But if they do, we've got that data to show the carrier that, hey, we got a situation here. We need to take that into consideration. The other beauty of that is that it can also provide that to their broker before a claim happens to make sure that they are insured properly. And, taking all those things and kind of training people to think outside the box. How do I protect myself? How do I protect the property? That's the main thing. And so that's what collaborating with someone before a claim, that's the main thing that we're trying to preach these days.
Yeah, good stuff. And you have, back to Matt's point, not being afraid to invest in technology. You've got all sorts of items and machines that can clean clothing and items and get the smoke out. I mean, so you really, really have some advanced technology that once again goes back to benefiting homeowners and businesses alike. Matt,
Yeah, I think we've taken some pretty nasty smells out of a suede jacket for someone.
Yeah, exactly. Well, when you're talking about the molding, the suede jacket, like, that all hits home for sure.
Right.
So, literally. So Matt, give us one thing that you want everyone to know about ServiceMaster by Cornerstone. So here's your chance to, make sure that everybody knows. What do you want them to know?
Yeah. So, I hate to be repetitive here, but we are a one-stop shop when it comes to, a disaster restoration company. We can go in, we can assess the disaster, we can do all the mitigation, and then when it comes to restoring or reconstructing your property, we can take care of that as well. We're also, we have the bandwidth, we have the equipment, you name it, we're not going to say no. We're like Tyler mentioned, we're down in the Gulf helping restore huge condominiums after hurricanes. We've been in Ohio helping restore a large apartment complex. That is, we can do it. We have the folks that can, be boots on the ground there in a short amount of time. And we have the equipment that can, come in, that can help restore that property. And we also have, with our networking, with our network through ServiceMaster, we have other franchises that can come and help support those jobs too. So that's what, I really, what I've learned here just in my short time is the ServiceMaster family is such a large group that there's no job too big for us. What I also would like to really emphasize about our company here locally is it is a family-owned, prideful, 20+ year company that Tyler and the team here in the last few years has, really reached a level to where, we want to be the top restoration company. And I think we're well on our way if we're not already. We take really a lot of pride in our work. We have a great team that has been with us, some folks for, 10, 12 years, 15 years. And we have a lot of good folks. And I think the people, what I'll say just in my couple of months here is I've heard nothing but great things about our technicians, our property managers that are there on the job. We will get the job done, and we really take pride in that. And just know that if you do have to give us a call, we hope you don't, but if you do, that you will see good results.
Tyler, touch on the community engagement. I think this is an important piece of it. As we mentioned at the onset, you all were very generous to help the fire department, police department, Shelby County Sheriff's Office. And so very generous on your end to be able to help first responders. But give us a little bit, when you talk about community engagement, why that's so important for you, your family, and obviously ServiceMaster by Cornerstone.
So I have a servant heart. I've always been engaged in making sure that we give back to the right things. And we do appreciate the relationship that we have with the Shelby County Fire Department. The chiefs over there, they trust in us. The relationship started back in 2014, 15, when we started a contract with them to clean their turnout gear. And the concern from the Shelby County Fire Department was that their people for years and years and years and years were exposed through the materials of their turnout gear. They were exposed in areas and it was causing cancer. And so they want to do all the things that they can to protect their guys. And it's a recruiting tool. And so for the last 6 years, we've been providing that service to the Shelby County Fire Department, have since started working with the Millington Fire Department. And then every Christmas Day, there's a lot of people that are serving our community in the fire department, and those guys are away from their families. So we cook Boston butts every year, and we deliver them on Christmas Day. It takes a lot out of our staff to go do that, and there's a good commitment to do that. But we do appreciate the fire department. And then throughout COVID, we went into a deal with Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Memphis Police Department, and Shelby County Fire Department to offer the COVID cleaning service of their vehicles once a week. They could drive through. We would do a disinfecting, and we did that volunteer, no cost, because we want to keep our guys safe as they're out there keeping our community safe. So we give back a lot on that front.
Yeah, love it and appreciate it. So wrap up with contact information. Where do we go to reach out? Website, phone numbers, where do we go to connect in?
So you can find us at smcornerstone.com. Our number is 901-624-9200. And we're all active on all platforms across social media, SM Cornerstone on Facebook, SMC Restore on Twitter. And we post different things of how to drip your water when freezing temperatures are coming through, educate people about our storage and pack out facility that we have here. So just follow us for different things. And if you ever need us, we're right there for you.
Absolutely. I am a testament of that. You can definitely step in when you're needed most, and you do an amazing job. So thank you all for being cityCURRENT partners. Thank you for all you do to power the good. Tyler, Matt, greatly appreciate you and your team. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy.